And we're back. Today we got a special guest. And I say that about all my guests, but this guest is extra special. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Franky Chavez.
Hello, guys.
He's the owner of Spider Muay Thai. He's a ex-fighter. He's a father, good friend, and he's been pretty much a male role model for me since I met him. Thank you for being on the show, Franky.
Oh, you're welcome, man. This is the first podcast I've ever been on. Not the first podcast I've been a part of, but first podcast I've ever been on.
Yeah. Dude, you said yes so quick. I was like, dang, I know with your schedule, you're pretty busy. So I was like, I didn't think
it's different.
I thought it'd be way in the future,
No, it's different. It's different because it's like routines are cool and everything, but sometimes you got to get out of your routine. And when I told my wife, I'm like, hey, Mo hit me up. He wants me to be on his podcast. He's like, but you got the gym. I'm like, okay, I got somebody to cover it. She's like, really? Like, it's strange for people to see me out of my routine.
Well, for me too. I was like, man, I've known this man for like 6 years now. Yeah, I like, dude, I see you Monday. It used to be Monday through Thursday. Now I see you Monday through Wednesday. I used to see you Saturdays occasionally.
I'm there Saturdays still. There's Thursdays I stopped going because I want to spend more time with my kids, but that took a while to happen just because I needed to get the gym up and rolling, and now that it's pretty sustainable on its own, I could kind of take a step back, one step, not too many.
Yeah.
Dude,
you built like a little colony, dude, over at Spider, man. So, like, witnessing it from when I started to what it is now, it's crazy. It's like you have your little soldiers, I guess you could say, and they're like fucking telling everyone what to do.
Dude, you should have seen it when I first started. It was nothing like how it is right now. Like if I could show you like a video of like a timeline of how it happened, you'd be like, how is that even possible?
Yeah.
But just keep going forward through all the fucking downs. There was a lot of downs.
I seen the pictures of the ones that are inside the men's locker room. It's like it looks like a basement or something, and you got like there's some people doing something on a ball.
Oh, it's not a basement. So that's where I started teaching first. It was at I don't want to say gym names.
Okay.
Right? I don't want to get sued or shit like that.
That was the gym in Santa Ana.
It's whatever. But it was in Costa Mesa. That was back in like 2008, 2007. It was me. I think it was Aaron and Raul for sure were there because I met them when they were like 13 years old. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I started renting out a room in the back, and then maybe as big as your living room. That's how we started, man, with 3-4 people.
Yeah, that's pretty small.
It's pretty small.
Now we got 2 floors.
Yeah, and soon to be more, but
yeah,
that's coming.
Yeah, that's a little fucking secret for anyone at the gym that's been paying attention to the pod, dude. A little tidbit about.
Look, I'm gonna say it right now because I keep getting hit up like, when's the gym party? When's the gym party? So every year we have like this huge gym party, right? It was supposed to happen in August, and I had to kind of scale back, and I scaled back. And the reason why is I'm trying to acquire a bigger building, not so much leasing it anymore. I want to actually buy my whole building.
Dang, big boy moves.
Yeah, I have to, man. I want to make it last forever, So I'm working on definitely growing the gym to 10,000 square feet. Right now we're at under 6,000. And there's been a couple places that have, sparked interest in me, and I just got to make the right move and do it smartly.
Yeah.
And then plus I got another opportunity to buy another gym out that's not here in the States, somewhere else.
Where's Mexico or something?
I'm not gonna say, man. So that's in the works. So I got a lot of things going. So that's why we haven't had the gym party.
Yeah.
And I know we were supposed to have the gym party. We minimized it to a Halloween party.
Yeah.
What was your suggestion?
I said be furries.
Furries?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, man. But
it's like those people that dress up in animal costumes, but then they like fuck each other. But we don't got to do all that.
How is that going to be fucking all ages friendly, man?
Well, we just do the furry part, not the fucking,
Yeah. But I ended up taking like a trip just randomly that weekend that was pretty important to me, and that didn't happen. So maybe everything aligns correctly. Hopefully, we'll have like a Christmas party or something. So I like doing that because I like bringing everybody together, and everybody never really gets to see each other all in one spot. We are 254 members deep, and you'll only see whatever you see that day. The everybody has their schedule.
Yeah.
So you'll see the same 15, 20 people. That's all we kind of fit right now. But throughout, the whole gym, last year's was prom night, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to see a lot of people you don't really see. You're like, oh, I didn't know they came to the gym. Like, yeah, dude.
That was a fun one.
That was a fun one, man.
Yeah.
Somebody was. I told Troy not to do fireworks, and if he was, to do them like 2 blocks away from there.
Yeah. Did he do the fireworks? Yeah, good guy. I
told him, like, dude, don't do fireworks, man. I'm gonna get booted out of my HOA here.
Yeah. Oh, you got an HOA? Ooh.
Well, yeah. How do you think I got that big old dining hall to do it in?
I didn't really think about it. I've never owned any property, but I've heard some pretty fucked up stories about homeowners association.
Nah, that our HOA is not that bad. Like, there's some HOAs that you cannot paint the house, and you only own what's inside, not the outside. Like, nah, my house is actually, it keeps it from looking trashy.
I can see that part, and I like that. But then I've been like, okay, so like I love Reddit. I go on Reddit more than I go on like IG and all that. And there's like a whole page dedicated to just like shitty HOA things. There's one dude, so he got fined for he put a doggy door somewhere where I guess they didn't like it. So they didn't give him a letter about it till like 7 years later, and so then they fined him $200 per day.
Shit,
it's pretty crazy.
Pretty bad.
Yeah,
but I mean, like the only things that I think when we first moved where I live now. My wife had a little issue with the HOA because we moved in and there were some bushes that were above like a certain height. I mean, mind you, we just moved in and boop, first week there's a HOA later like, oh, you got to redo your lawn and all this stuff. I'm like, we literally just moved in, so we cut those down, and then I think we had a car parked a certain way and. The HOA came out, started taking pictures. And at this point, Eva had enough. And she walks up to the car like, hey, dude, like, why are you taking pictures of me? Why are you taking pictures of my house? He's like, I got kids and this and that. He's like, oh, no, it's not yours. It's your neighbor's. And nope, we get a letter in the mail. And she called the office and we never saw that guy again.
That's weird, dude.
But, again, like a good one was, I think I had taken a piece of board out that was like, 8 feet tall, and I slanted it up against my house and I forgot about it. I got a letter saying like, hey, I could see this from the street, take it down. I'm like, yeah, it does look pretty shitty. So I took it down. Yeah,
stuff like that is all right, but when it gets to the crazy fees, it's like when it's kind of fucked up because it's like you're already paying your mortgage and all that shit, taxes, and then
I think I don't know how much my HOA is. My wife takes care of all the bills. I just know it comes out.
Yeah.
But I want to say it's like $300 a month.
Yeah.
And I got 2 of them, one for the city of Lake Forest and then one for that portion. So my HOA covers like all the trails and the clubhouse we were at. Like I go to the pools and it's huge, man. Like I don't know if you walked around it. It had like a couple ponds and it's literally a lake.
Yeah, I did. It's a nice area, dude. Honestly, very quiet.
I like it.
It's in Irvine or Lake Forest,
Lake
technically.
Forest. Yeah, like people talk shit like, oh, you live in Lake Forest and yada yada yada. I'm dude. They're like, I'm not gonna live in the ghetto all my life,
Yeah, you're like, I worked this hard to get out of Santa Ana.
Yeah. Well, I lived in Costa Mesa.
Oh, did you?
Same.
Oh, wait, you didn't grow up in Santa Ana?
No, I grew up in Costa Mesa. Costa Mesa from the age of I don't even know what age, but I was in first grade. Whatever age you're at in first grade. So I moved there from Rosemead. I lived in Rosemead for maybe a year. And then before that, I lived in Watts. All
right, so I had to reply to this text. Arguing with someone.
You're already arguing, dude?
Life, dude. Yeah, Watts is pretty fucking gnarly.
But the thing is like, my first culture shock was Watts. Because I'm not from here. I was born in Mexico.
Oh, wait, what? So
you don't know. See, you don't know. There's a lot of stuff you don't know about me, man. I came here illegally.
Did you?
Yeah.
What?
I am what they consider
alien.
An alien, yeah, dude.
Yeah. Wait, so how did you get your citizenship through Mary and Eva, or?
No, man.
What?
She the old school way, man. Just worked hard, paid off. No, not even a sponsorship. Before even all that stuff, you could well, my parents did it. They got not even a lawyer. They didn't even get a lawyer. They did it all themselves. Went, asked for the right forms. They filled out the forms, paid X amount of money, waited years, went to interviews, all this stuff. I think the process maybe took like 6-7 years, start to end, until they finally said, all right, cool. You're not a criminal. here's your green cards, and we did it the right way, man.
So that whole time though, are you allowed to be here, or do you have to do all that over in Mexico?
No. Well, now if you do, you have to go back because you came here illegally. You broke the law. This is before all that. So we were still here, but if you got caught doing something you weren't supposed to, they'd boot you right out, and your application trashed, and you know, it was hard, man. I think I came here I was born in '84. I think I came here like at 4 years old, and like those are experiences you don't forget. Like it was my mom and I who came here. My dad was already here. I didn't meet my dad till I came here, which was a trip.
Wait, so your dad, were your parents still together then or no?
Yeah, they're not together anymore, but yeah, they were together at the time. So I remember I remember this fucking like it's fucking yesterday. We crossed the 5 freeway. It was maybe 5 in the morning. The sun was barely coming up, and it was foggy. And mom's like, "All right, you're gonna run across the street. Run as fast as you can. It's like there's gonna be a guy that's gonna grab you." I'm like, "Who's gonna grab me?" She's like, "Your dad." I'm like, "My dad?" I was like, "I got a dad." And so, yeah, she let me go, and I remember just closing my eyes and running as fast as I could. I couldn't see anything anyway. It's all foggy, and somebody picks me up. It's my dad.
So you crossed just the border in San Diego, or?
Oh man, it's a whole fucking story to that.
Oh.
I crossed originally we crossed through Texas.
Oh, okay.
And you have to swim across the river.
Yeah.
So my mom was holding my hand, and the river had actually taken me. And so just some random guy jumped in and saved me. I was drowning, pulled me out. We walked on the Texas side. We got I don't know how we ended up in TJ. And I remember passing under an overhead, and then quads came rolling, and it was immigration. And so they put us in the back of the truck. We ended up going to jail. I remember telling my mom, like, "Hey, I need to use the restroom. Like, I gotta go pee. I gotta go pee." My mom's trying to tell the guard, like, "Hey, my son needs to use the restroom." There was no restroom inside. He's like, "Sorry, we can't let you leave the cell." And my mom's like, "Dude, like he's a kid." And sorry, my mom's like, "Go in your pants." Sure, I went through my pants. My mom ended up taking out her sweater and wrapped it around me. We spent the night in jail. That's the next day we tried it again through TJ this time because they threw us back on the TJ side. And that's how we made it. The second time we made it again.
That's crazy.
That shit I'll never forget. And I think that's why my mom and I share that special bond.
Yeah.
Every year she'll message me like, "Hey, it's the anniversary. Do you remember?" It's fucking yesterday.
Oh,
yeah, man. Crazy. I came here illegally. First stop was Watts.
Dude, so when like to see the visuals for everything, just in case something messes up, dude. Yeah. So I'm like distracted. Dude, that's wild though, man. Dang. So do you ever like look at your kids like you don't know how good you have it?
Kinda, but I don't.
Think of it that way.
I don't want to think about it that way.
I feel like
because everybody has their own different struggles,
Facts.
I was fortunate enough to have gotten the opportunity to do the right thing here. Like there's so many people that waste time. I think that's what kind of motivated me a lot throughout my life to not waste time. Because like, dude, I got blessed with being able to come here. Not even come here. I was blessed to get away with getting here. And then I did everything the right way. Well, my parents did, And why would I want to throw an opportunity like that away? I could have easily stayed in Mexico and probably been dead by now.
Yeah. Cartels.
Yeah, it's getting bad.
The drug business. Holding you, Frankie.
Maybe, dude. I would have been with the next El Chapo, dude.
You know what I mean?
I would have been enjoying it.
I feel like, dude, I honestly feel like my parents feel like I totally just fucked my life away because they're like, damn, you had it so easy,
Nah. Everybody has their own path, man. Yeah. That's one of the things that I like to talk to people, like when they come to the gym. Like I could tell who's searching for something or who's running from something.
Yeah.
And I always ask, like when you show interest, I want to sign up. And I'll look at them. I'll be like, so why this? Oh, I just want to, I don't want to do something. But for what though? Like there has to be a reason behind it. Mm-hmm. Well, I want to get healthy or I want to be better. Very rarely do I get the people that I want to fight.
Yeah.
Those people, they don't last.
A lot of people say that though.
Yeah, they do. And they don't last and you see them. Mm-hmm. There's people like you, like, when you first came, you're like, I want to do something with my sisters. I want to spend quality time with my sisters. I'm like, all right. So this guy here wants to really bond with his siblings, and you did. Mm-hmm. For the longest time, it was all three of you would always roll together, and you guys would hold pads for each other and come in early and stay after. yeah, it was cool. And I knew I'm all right. This guy's gonna stick around for a while. You
Yeah.
have been, you know. That's the thing though. Everybody has a different purpose to doing something.
Mhm. Yeah, originally I signed. Well, I had two reasons. One, my baby sister, dude, she just like had a hard time making friends, bro. Kaylee, you know, she's
Yeah.
kind of like she's super smart, and I feel
She's
like it
fucking
becomes
very smart.
it's like a crutch for her in social interactions. I feel like, you know. Another thing, she was super like out of shape. She just never did sports, you know. And I was like, dude, we got to. I was like, I don't care what you do. I was like, baseball or something, but you just need to do something physical, you know.
Mhm.
And I was like, fuck it, let's go do Muay Thai or some. I think I told her karate at first because I felt like she might like that more. And then she didn't really care. And then I was like, fuck, let's do Muay Thai then. The other reason too, though, was honestly, I just was trying to get clean, dude, because
Yeah.
my shit was all fucked up at that time, you know? I was like, I need to figure something new hobby.
My first interaction with you was like, look at this guy. He's a guy that does a bunch of spinning shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, you've done something before. You're like, oh, what'd you do? A taekwondo or what is it?
Yeah, Taekwondo.
You did. I could tell.
Yeah.
Now you did taekwondo, right? You're like, yeah. How do you tell? I'm like, man, all that spinning shit. The way you're coming in straight. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, man, Kaylee's fucking really smart. And something like that, it kind of not forces you, but it kind of leads you. It opens that door to communication because in our system, you have to be with 3 people, 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's facts.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have to interact with somebody.
Mhm.
And a lot of parents bring their kids like, oh, they're too shy or they're too. And then I'm like, don't trip, we got it.
Yeah.
You know, another reason why I don't have kids classes, all my classes are mixed. Kids are going to be kids in a kids class. They'll mess around. They'll just ignore other kids.
Just hangout time.
Yeah, it is. It's hangout time. I had it for a while and then we canceled. We canned that quick.
Dude, that shit was crazy. I'd go up there sometimes like, this is
kids
wild,
are freaking
bro.
running around,
Yeah.
fucking playing tag. But
Yeah.
yeah, like now it's once they're in an adult class, they're little adults and they
Yeah.
like it. They learn faster and they open up.
Yeah, they find the adult that they like, I guess, and they just try to like have pads with them. I feel
Yeah.
like, and I feel like it motivates them to kind of like pay attention more, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of just talking with their friends, dude. You know what's funny though is that since you brought up the kids, dude, I don't know if Macy told you this, but did she tell you how I don't want to say the other girl's names. She was stood up for one of the other little girls at the gym from this other girl.
No, she didn't tell me that.
So you know Oscar's daughter.
Yeah.
So someone was making fun of Oscar's daughter, and
Oh.
I guess Macy stood up for her.
Yeah, man. You know,
I
that's the
was
thing
so proud,
about
bro. I was
that's
like,
the thing
damn,
about little
Macy,
Macy,
good
man.
job,
There's
man.
certain things she tells me when she needs to tell me. A lot of stuff that she doesn't tell me. Like, so she has that hero complex. I don't know where she gets it from.
Mhm.
Maybe it's because of the fact that she's grown up around the gym. Like this kid, I think it was against doctor's orders. I wasn't supposed to take her out of the house. Dude, day 2, she was already sleeping on the mat.
Yeah.
You know, so she's been around germs and all that gym life. So she, like, and I don't know if she has that hero complex because of that,
Mhm.
but she tells me, you know, like when Eva's like, hey, you should ask her what happened today at school. And she doesn't want to tell me. What happened, Macy? Well, Dad, they were making fun of my friend today and I had to step in. I'm like, dude, but you can't just fight to fight. No, Dad, well, it's because they were pushing her and then here, and I'm trying to get it out of her. I'm like, all right, what happened? Well, okay, this kid is autistic. And so they were making fun of him that he was like stupid and this and that. And so I just went in there and, you know, I had to handle my business. And I'm like, I can't tell her that's not a wrong thing or right thing to do because I actually used to do that,
Mhm.
you know? And it's a slippery slope, man. Like I'm trying to teach her to, yes, do the right thing, but I don't want her to get into trouble for it or actually get hurt.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think she thinks she's really advanced and she knows what she's doing. No, she's got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the time that she got stabbed in school?
I think so, from some kid, right?
Yeah.
Some boy,
So
and she like got a fight with them or something, right?
there was this kid that would always pick on her, and she would tell me like, "Dad, this guy keeps picking on me." I'm like, "Dude, just ignore him. Tell the teacher."
Mhm.
You know. And then I guess I get a call from my wife. She's like, "We got to go to the school," and I'm like, "Wait, why?" And she's like, "You know what? Never mind. I'll handle it." So she ended up going, and apparently, what happened was this kid was picking on her so bad that she's like, "You know what? Just leave me alone." She turned around, well, this kid grabbed his pencil and stabbed her in the
Yeah.
back.
I remember.
So what did she do? She turns around and just pops this kid around the nose.
Sick with it.
And what did the teacher see? My daughter just putting this kid down, and she called into the principal office, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna suspend your kid. She hurt somebody, and we had to step in." And you're like, "Whoa, wait a minute. This is what happened. Like this kid stabbed my daughter with a pencil. Look."
Yeah.
So that kid ended up getting suspended and stuff. But
Well, how's that kid's parents? Did you think that were they the type? Do you think that encouraged shit like that?
No, I think the story behind it was the parents were going through something themselves.
Oh, like a divorce
And
or something?
yeah, I think the
That's
kid was
rough.
just acting out.
That's
That's kind of what
rough.
happens too, man.
Yeah.
You know, the children tend to react or act out what they see at home,
Mhm.
and for attention. That's all they want, the
Yeah.
attention. That's kind of what happened. That kid, I think he doesn't go there anymore, schools or whatever, or cities. I don't know.
Yeah, that's sad though.
Yeah.
The fucked up story, Frankie.
I know, man, but
there's no winners in that.
there's
I
no
was on
winners
Team
there.
Racing, then you told me that part, and I was
No,
like,
but
oh, you know?
she means well, man. Like what
I
you
know
told
she
me,
does,
like
I know.
she has that hero complex, man. And same thing. Somebody was picking on her friend, and she feels like she needs to go there, you know. And I'm like, cool, you know, you mean well, but that doesn't mean you have to do it.
Yeah.
Just say something. Be verbal about it, dude. She's fucking
go
smart.
go get her type chick. You know what I mean?
She's smart, man. Yeah. Eva and I always not make fun of her, just joke around. So like, dude, it's a random facts Macy.
Yeah.
Like she'll be like, hey dad, did you know that so and so has a patent for the elevator? And I'm like, I think his last name's Otis. It's it was during African American History Month. She learned that.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, right. We were in the elevator, and she's like, yeah, look. And I look at it, I'm like, oh shit, she's fucking right. And she has random little facts, man. She's really fucking smart.
I feel like when she gets older, she's gonna have like more confidence than Lexi.
I think she already does already have a little bit more confidence. Maybe over too confident.
You think?
That's kind of a I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, right?
I think it's better, right?
Yeah, it's better. Lexi does have confidence, but she's more reserved with it. You know, you see her when she comes to the gym, she's pretty reserved.
She's a lot more like keeps to herself. Like Macy will come say hi to everyone and see what you're doing, you know?
Yeah, she keeps to herself, and which the thing is, she wants to try new things. Like she's never been about the gym. She tried it, and it wasn't her thing. You know, I never push it on my kids to do martial arts. It's there if you want it. You're raised around it. You go to fights, and if you want to partake in it, you're more than welcome, right? Lexi did it for a while. I have videos of her when she was like 4 years old, running on the mat and hitting the pads and all that stuff. And she did gymnastics, she did dance, and then this year she's like, I want to do a sport. All right, what sport do you want to do? I want to do soccer. So I signed her up for like this soccer program that was gonna get her into like her team at her school, and it was like $400, and it was all summer. I wanted her to do something all summer, so she did it.
400.
And you know, at the end, she didn't make the team.
No,
I was so pissed.
Oh, I remember she was all bummed out, but I was like, it's your first time.
Yeah,
bro.
she was all bummed out, right?
You know,
and so I'm like, look, you made friends, you got something out of it, you like soccer. She's like, yeah, you do. So we signed her for AYSO, and the first 3 games they killed it. They won the first 3 games, and after that, they lost every single game.
It happens like that sometimes.
So, but that's something that I've never seen her show interest in it. Right, her first game, she was kind of shy, and I'm like, dude, you know, these girls are they're older than you. I'm like, they're pushing you around. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, well, they said we can't push. I'm like, yeah, you can't push your hand, but you can push your body. He's like, all right. So she went out there and started being a little rougher, and I was like, yes.
Dang. So she's still doing the soccer now?
Her last soccer game was Saturday, which I didn't get to go because I wasn't here.
Yeah.
But yeah, they lost. They're out of the tournament.
Hey, that's cool. I feel like soccer, honestly, is probably a better way to go because it's more of a future than like Muay Thai, you know?
I never did any sports growing up.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I'm not a sports fanatic at all. Like you guys could talk about soccer, baseball, or whatever it is. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't follow it.
Yeah, same, dude. I only did martial arts, dude. Just taekwondo and this.
Even martial arts. I didn't grow up doing anything.
Yeah.
It was just by myself.
What got you into Muay Thai?
What caught me into Muay Thai was just the interest of it. I didn't even know what it was. You know, I was going to school in Rancho Cucamonga at the time, and I ended up visiting the gym, and my coach is like, hey, come try it out. I'm like, I'm cool. I went. He gave me a business card. I went, and I used to still live in Costa Mesa, so I had to take the 15 to the 91, and I'm sitting in class, and I'm like, all right, I get out of school like 6:55. I'm looking at the card, and class starts at 7. I'm like, I could either sit in traffic for about an hour and a half, or I could go kill some time and see what it's about. I went. threw up like 30 minutes into it.
You threw up from being nervous, or?
Oh, I threw up from fucking working out.
Oh,
I've
from the
never
training.
done anything
Oh.
like that ever in my life.
Got you.
You know? And he's like, so what do you think? And I'm like, dude, I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Sign me up. That was it.
So how old were you when you first started?
I started late, man. I think I was good. About to turn 19. I was 18.
Okay.
I was
That's still
18
not
when I
that old,
started.
but
Yeah. To me, it is.
Yeah,
like in the fighting world,
Mhm.
to start at 18,
Yeah.
you're a little old.
I started Muay Thai. I was like, what, 25
Yeah,
or something?
you started Muay Thai at 25, but you did martial arts.
Yeah.
Like I did nothing. Not boxing, no soccer, no nothing. And it never interested me.
Yeah.
Why this? I have no idea.
Were you nervous when you first started? Like, oh, what's it gonna be like?
I don't think I was nervous. I was more like, what am I getting myself into? Like, I was already trying to talk myself out of it. Not because I was nervous. I was more like, dude, you got better things to do. And
You're a smart guy, you know. Protect that brain, you know.
And I think my own my thing that I have is I get obsessive over stuff.
Yeah.
Everything that I've always done is I obsess over it.
Mhm.
Whether it be work, my family, the gym, like it has to be obsessive. I always have this funny joke of the reason I don't drink or drugs is because I fucking become an alcoholic or a drug addict.
Maybe you got that gene, you know?
Maybe, but I used to drink. I used to drink a lot.
Yeah.
That was kind of my separation between Muay Thai when I took a break.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why I don't drink anymore.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so did you have like a drinking problem?
Yeah.
Is that bad?
No,
Ooh.
yeah. To me, it was bad enough to where I think it was bad. That's all I would kind of care about. But at the same time, I was going through something. So I was fucking really depressed at the time. And what do people do when they're depressed? They look for something to cope with it, right?
Yeah.
Mine just happened to be alcohol. I was already working. I stopped training. I isolated myself. I didn't have any friends. It was just me and my dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I was living in Newport Beach at the time. And right across the street, you know where Newport Harbor is? Newport Harbor High School? I live right there in those apartment complex. And then right across the street is La Cave.
Mm-hmm.
And like at the time, there was Pierce Street Annex and all those bars right there on 17th. And I would just, after work, I would go there and I would fucking get hammered and walk back and just pass the fuck out.
Bachelor life.
Yeah. But it was bad, man. I would go to work hungover. I'd tell the guys like, hey, fucking throw me in a car and just put me up on the lift and, just don't let me forget that I'm up there. And then I'll let you know when I come down.
Yeah,
was
that's
bad,
interesting.
man.
I never thought about you in that way, Frankie. It's interesting.
It was bad, dude. It was bad because like at the time, like I legitimately felt I was alone in the world. Like it was fucking bad. And I felt sorry for myself and like I stopped doing everything that I liked, I stopped talking to my family and it was around a time where I kind of felt really betrayed. And what got me out of it was, you believe in signs?
Science or signs?
Signs and signs. Like something is put in front of you to tell you to fucking wake the fuck up.
Sometimes I believe in signs. I don't know. I think it's a lot of it is perspective, how you choose to perceive things in front of you,
Yeah, you're right, because you were vulnerable at the time. So you either take that as a sign or whatever, I remember that fucking night, dude. I remember going to Le Cave and at this time I was just obsessed with fucking Jack Daniels. That's all I would have, Jack on ice. I remember walking back. I remember crossing the street, stumbling into my apartment. Luckily, I live on the bottom floor. And I had this thing where when I would get wasted and for me to sober up, I would take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I ended up getting in the shower with my clothes on. I turned the fucking shower on. And the way I had passed out, my heel was covering the drain. And it wasn't a tub. It was like a kind of lifted shower. It had a barrier so the water won't spill over.
Yeah. And
the water got high enough to where I started swallowing water, but I was like throwing up at the same time. So I was choking. Mm-hmm. I didn't
like waterboarding yourself.
Straight up, man. And what saved me was my fucking dog, dude. He started biting my leg. And I was like, I'm feeling this fucking sensation in my leg. And I remember opening up my eyes and I'm like, oh shit. And I start coughing up the water and my dog's like grabbing onto my leg like there's blood coming out. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm looking for a towel, whatever I could find to fucking cover myself. And somehow, I don't remember signing up for this fucking magazine. It was called Muay Times. And on the floor, and I took the towel, and I remember drying myself off, and I'm looking at it, and on the cover was Kevin Ross,
Mm-hmm.
and he had the American flag over himself, and I'm like, oh shit! I opened it, and I'm reading, and his story was he was also an alcoholic, and what made him stop was his friend passing away, and I was like, at that moment, it was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm throwing my fucking life away. Like I need to do something that's gonna benefit me or something that makes me happy. Like I literally almost fucking could have. Nobody would have known about me because I'm not talking to anybody. I could have been here for a fucking week or 2 weeks.
Your dog.
And yeah, because I'm
He's
a
the only one
fucking
that's
dog,
gonna
man. And I
know.
thought everything is kind of a line. Like that's why I said you believe in signs. And I was vulnerable at the time, so I took it that way.
Yeah.
And maybe a week later, I quit my job. And with no financial nothing, dude, I had fucking nothing. Quit my job. I went back to the gym. I started training, and at the time, my coach was a really good friend of mine, Jason Temple. He lives like in Oregon now or something. He's like, hey, that man actually lived at the gym upstairs. He rented the upstairs unit, and he had just gotten custody of his 3 girls. And he's like, hey, man, I don't have time to teach anymore. Do you mind covering some classes till they find a new coach? I'm like, yes. I think I covered one class and then another. And then the owner of the gym was like, hey, dude, I can't find anybody. Like, do you want to teach? And I'm like, nope. Dude, I'm here to fight, man. I just want to train and I want to fight and I want to live my life. He's like, dude, please hook me up for like a couple days. I'm all right, whatever. Cover a couple more classes. And then I had like 2 people interested in like, hey, man, like, I want to fight too. And I'm like, fuck, all right, well, you do what I do. It's kind of how it started.
Yeah, that's how you got your coach.
That's how I got pushed into coaching, which I never wanted to.
That's actually something I wanted to ask you, was what got you into coaching, yo?
Yeah, that's what it was, man. I got kind of forced into it because to be a fighter, dude, you have to be selfish.
Yeah.
It's all you.
Definitely is.
It's got to be my time because I got to work out. I have to eat right. I have to put in my mouth for my cardio. I got to do my pad work. It's me, 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 me. You have no time for anybody else. That's why I never really dated anybody. Like it was me. And that's kind of like a self-rewarding thing. Like you're doing it for you, nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I was still coaching / fighting, but one had to go.
Yeah.
One had to go. And I had already, I think when I started Spider Muay Thai, I had Ria, I had Kevin, and I had Andre. I had 3 fighters that really needed my attention. At the same time, I'm still trying to fight. I had some success still trying to juggling both. But when Kevin and Andre were like, hey, I want to really take it serious, I'm like, all right, let me stop fighting for a bit. Let me focus on them.
Wait, so was this at that gym in that picture on the wall?
Yeah, that was before.
That same gym?
That was before that, man. And it towards the end when I tried fighting again, it wasn't going my way, and I had to make that decision. Like, I think my last fight, which would have been like a dream fight, dude. My last fight was in 2012, right before Macy was born, and I think she was already pregnant, and I had boxing works on my corner, right? Like if you were to build a dream team, this is the dream team, right? I'm walking out. I got Brian Povichon in my corner. I got Mark Beecher in my corner who wrapped my hands. I got Joe Schilling right there backing me up. I got Kevin Ross right there backing me up.
Hey. So
I'm like, all right, here we go, dude. Yeah. I lost the fight, but that's not why I did it. Something happened to where I ended up dropping this dude in the clinch. I swept him, but he took me down with him. And so when he took me down with him, he had one of his arms still on my neck. And so all my weight landed on his forearm.
Oh, you broke your collarbone?
I broke my collarbone.
Oh, that's
and
horrible.
I didn't even notice it till after the fight. Like whatever it was done, Eva and I and her family went to go have dinner, and I went and like, oh, let me see the menu, and I went to go reach it. I'm like, shit. I'm like, what
pain,
the fuck?
adrenaline gone.
I couldn't sleep that night. I ended up going to the ER and like, yeah, you broke it. Here's a sling. That's it. You can't. There's nothing you can do about it.
Sick.
But
hell yeah.
2 days later, I'm out there. We got fights coming up. I'm holding. That's how I learned how to hold pads with one hand.
And so you think? Do you think that was a sign?
That was a sign for sure, because it kind of told me. It reminded me, like, all right, man, I'm like, you're about to have a kid. How are you gonna provide for your kid with one arm?
Second kid, technically.
Yeah, second kid, yes.
We got one, right?
Second kid, yeah. How are you gonna provide with one arm? And I'm like, shit, all right, let me step back a little. Now, at that time, I still wasn't working. I was just doing side jobs for a Lamborghini shop at the time. And I was still trying to focus on my dream, which was at that point I already had my dream. I want to open up my own gym. And it's every, like I said, man, do you believe in science?
Yeah. Well, I just think that when it comes to science, you already know the decision you have to make, and so you're just like inadvertently just looking for that direction to be outward, I guess. I don't know a better way to word it.
No, that's very true.
It's like subconsciously, a decision needs to be made,
Yeah, you do. That's definitely how I felt, but I take a mess.
And I wake up every morning and I look at my phone at 6 a.m. and I'm like, I'm gonna take this as a sign to go smoke a blunt.
Yeah, that's a choice, man. That's not a fucking sign.
I'm at work and I'm hungry, about to eat, and I'm like, I'm gonna take this as a sign to go smoke a blunt. So yeah, but man, that's wild, dude.
Yeah, there's been a lot of those kind of moments in my life, and I think so far I've done every choice that I've made, like 80% of the choice that I've made, I've been for the better. Mm-hmm. I might not see them there at that moment, but in the long run, it's like, oh shit, if I wouldn't have done that, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
And it's all been positive instead of saying like, shit, I shouldn't have done that because look where I'm at.
Easy to realize it after, Yeah. And
I still realize it every day, man. It's like, my whole thing was like, whenever I had our first date, she's like, hey, I don't know. I haven't fucking dated in a long time, but when you go on a date, what do you ask your date? Like, how do you conversate with them?
Like the first time I meet them, or like,
do you ask goals and stuff like that?
What do I ask? Yeah, I try to say, more hobbies. I don't really care about goals. More like what they're into.
Why don't you care about goals?
I feel like goals change, I feel like when I find out what people are interested in, it's like that gives me a clearer idea of their personality and the way they kind of like navigate the world around them. Like if someone's into art, they like drawing, that already gives me an idea of who they are. I think when it comes to goals and like money and stuff like that, it's like there's a lot of people that just do things for money because it's the best way to make money. So it kind of doesn't interest me,
No, I agree. So our first date, she showed up as a fucking opener. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Oh yeah, that's how women are.
Ready,
because I'm a dude. We don't think that way.
I was ready. I was like, I'm gonna own my own gym. What do you mean you're gonna own your own gym? Like, yeah, I'm gonna own my own gym. I didn't say I'm gonna be rich. I didn't say I'm gonna be travel. Like, I'm gonna own my own gym. Like, why? She's like, because that makes me happy. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I believe you. I was like, oh shit. The first person that fucking doesn't talk down on me is like, you're fucking crazy. Get a job.
Yeah.
I didn't have a fucking job.
Yeah.
And so fast forward 2 years later, I'm sitting on my couch. She's right next to me to my left. And I get my phone. My phone's ringing. I'm like, what the fuck? And I answer it. And I'm like, hey, this is so-and-so from where I work now, from Penske. And we want to offer you a job. I'm like, fuck, how'd you get my number? She's like, oh, so-and-so gave it to us. And they said you're really good at what you do. I'm like, man, I haven't done that in like 4 years.
Hey, that's a big out.
Yeah, I've been out for a while. Well, that's the last time when I quit my job, dude. And I decided to really focus on Muay Thai and traveling the world and living my life. Nah, I'm cool, man. No, come on, like just come down and have just interview with us. We want to pitch you something, and I'm like, nah, I'm cool, and I'm saying that, and I'm being all like, it's my fucking life, dude. And I look over. And I see Eva like straight up. She's about to be due week and a half. And I'm like, the fuck am I doing, man?
Yeah.
I'm like, she actually was working still. But she was the one.
Pregnant?
She was the one providing. At that moment, I was like, you're such a fucking dig.
That's true though.
Right?
Yeah, that's true though.
Right? And I'm like, just what you said. You get faced with the decision.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'll be there tomorrow. And I told Eva, I'm like, hey, I got an interview tomorrow. She's like, oh, cool. Where? I'm like, some place in Cerritos for Land Rover. She's like, oh, yeah. Are you interested? I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to see what they say. I went the next day and I sat down. They're like, we want you. And I'm like, dude, like, I was still playing hard to get. She's like, shoot us a number. I'm like, are you serious? And I said, at that time, it was a lot. I said, I'm telling something stupid. It was $30 an hour. Okay. I was like, fuck.
You're like, yeah, all
Shook
right.
hands, signed a fucking contract. And on the way back, I call Eva. I'm like, I guess I got a job.
She
And
stoked
she's
or she
like,
sad?
oh
Like,
yeah, no, she was excited, man.
because
You
I don't know if
know,
she wanted you
she
to
was
live
about to
your
have
dream. You
she was
know?
about to have my second child.
Yeah.
And I was like, still kind of like down on it. And then I'm like, you know what, man, I gotta step it up. I gotta put my neediness right now, like not my dream, put my ego to the side a little bit. Put it to the side a bit. And that's the thing, dude. When I obsess over something, I obsess over something. And I'm, I'm gonna be the best technician for Land Rover for this company I could be. And I told him, I'm like, look, my daughter's about to be born in a couple of days. I might need to take a couple of days off. And they're like, yeah, perfect. And I got home and I'm like, all right, I start on Monday, but I know Macy's gonna be born like soon. She's like, don't trip. Like, let's call a doctor right now, schedule her. I'm like, what? Yeah, we'll schedule her on Saturday. So you don't have to take time off and you go to work on Monday. I'm like, wait, Monday's a holiday. And I was like, cool, I get 3 days off. So yeah, we scheduled her. She was born on a Saturday. I was there with her Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I was already back to work. And they're like, hey, are you not going to take work off to be with your kid? I'm like, nah, man, I got goals. Like, I'm going to be the best there is. And I went in there, I cleaned house. I think I might have, for the week straight, I was a top producer there. A month later, they gave me a raise, and then my car broke down. And I was like, shit. And I lived in Costa Mesa and I had to go all the way to Cerritos. How the fuck am I going to do this? I figured out the bus route. And I would wake up at 2 a.m. to take a 3 a.m. bus. I maybe walked a mile down to PCH. I took that bus all the way to Cal State Long Beach. From Cal State Long Beach, I took a bus up to the Cerritos Mall. And then I walked maybe a couple blocks. And then I was at work every day at 6 a.m. Till I made enough money to fix my car.
That's wild.
A month later, I get a promotion. And then so forth and so forth. So I have enough money. I think I raised like $20,000. And I was like, yeah, all right, we're going to buy a house. And I'm like, all right, now's my time.
Yeah.
Time. So I hit her up. I'm like, hey, do you believe in me? She's like, of course I do. I'm like, all right. And it was a little unfair of me to ask her this. I'm like, all right, I'm going to ask you a question. I got $20,000. At the time, that was a lot of money, right? $20,000. We could use it to put down payment on a condo or a townhome, or I could use it to start my gym.
She was down for the gym. What a fucking writer, dude!
Because she believed in me.
Yeah,
And I was like, "Fuck! If it wasn't for her, none of this shit would have happened, anyways." So she was my motivation.
So you still didn't have a car, or you had already fixed your?
I already had fixed my car.
Okay,
I already had fixed my car.
That was the beginning of Spider Muay Thai.
Yeah, man, and I used those $20,000 to build what we got now.
Dude, that's how important it is to pick a good life partner, dude, because she could have been like, no, we got to think of the family. We got to get the house, which there's nothing wrong with that, dude. But it's like, man, your life would have been so different.
I think at that point of our life, she already had built so much trust in me that she knew that I could do whatever I put my mind to.
Yeah.
So if we rewind a little bit before I had the job, when I met her, she was driving like this fucking Dodge Caliber. And I was like, oh, it's a cool little car. And I had a piece of shit fucking Celica, paid for everything. And I was like, all right, we're going to move in together. I'm like, hey, how much do you pay a month for your car? I pay like $400. Oh, what's your interest rate? Like 22%. I'm like, what the fuck, 22%? That's
pretty crazy.
She's like, that's all I could afford. She had bad credit, from credit cards at a younger age and all that stuff. I'm like, dude, yeah, you're not going to keep that car. I'm like, you're going to stop paying it. She's like, my credit's going to go to shit. I'm like, yeah, 7 years, it'll be okay. Like, are you sure? Positive. Stop fucking paying it. She's like, what am I going to drive? I'm like, don't fucking worry about it. So the way me and her moved out was I didn't have a job. She didn't make enough to show proof of income. Not to be proud that I did this, but I always found a way to do what I needed to do, needed to hustle. No, not that kind of way. So what I did was I had some old paycheck stubs from my previous job, and I scanned them, turned them into a PDF, changed the dates, changed the name, and that was my proof of income. I got an apartment. I went to Mercedes, and same shit. They're like, hey, we need a credit score. I'm like, you know what, dude? I actually just got my credit score ran because I just got an apartment. I have it if you want it. She's like, okay, bring it. And I'm like, how about this? How about I fax it to you because I'm really busy? So what did I do? Again, fucking PDF the bogus credit score, PDF the bogus paycheck stub. And I had my friend verify for me because they were gonna call, and he verified, like, oh yeah, he works here. Yeah, that's how much he makes. And I was like, dude, back in the day, it was so easy to falsify shit.
Yeah.
I faxed it to him back when faxes were cool, and they're like, cool, man. Yeah, just come down and pick up your car. We went down a Foothill Ranch to a Mercedes dealership, got a brand new Porsche, and I had her rolling in a Porsche, man.
Sick. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, dude. I always find a way, and that's what I told. Until this day, I told everyone, I'm like, dude, don't fucking worry about anything.
So wait, so you got rid of the Dodge Caliber? And
yeah,
got
they towed it. I remember that day, dude.
Dude,
we woke
flip.
up to like fucking they repossessed it.
Yeah,
and that has been gone off her record for so long already. I told her, I'm like, don't trip, man.
That's pretty cool, man. All right, dude. I keep looking at my phone because I got some questions lined up, dude. So, you actually ran through some of these that I was going to ask without even asking.
You could ask them again, man. I got a lot of answers for it.
All right. Well, here's a question that I think all of us at the gym have been wondering. I remember not too long ago you were considering signing up for another fight.
That's still in the back of my mind. So look, nobody knew about this, but I was actually already scheduled for a fight pre-COVID, before the shutdown. Me, Juan, and Nick were actually going to Thailand. Oh, we already had everything was booked. We were gonna head out in June, and fucking COVID ruined it. Dang. I was already training for it.
So you're gonna fight in Thailand, or I
was.
Oh, so you had a fight set up over there?
I was already going to this before Santanoy passed away. I was gonna go train at his camp, and we were gonna run it. Yeah, I was gonna have one more fight, and that was gonna be my check off my list, dude, because it's been my dream to fight there and do that, but my own fears kind of kept me from. Yeah, I hate flying.
Yeah, plus you had kids pretty early on.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, again, it goes back to my partner, man. She's like, you do it, you got to do it. If you don't do it, I'm gonna be so upset at you. And I was like, oh shit, she's fucking just down for this shit. She's backing me up.
Yeah, she's a rider, dude.
She is, man.
I give her that, dude, for sure. So do you ever think you're gonna?
I want to. I'm gonna make my way down in Thailand, and you know who actually, the people that convinced me, my family. All my kids want to see me fight.
Yeah, they're young.
Lexi's like, dude, I want to see you fight. Mate's like, Dad, can you please fight? And then Eva's like, gotta do it now. I think I will before I turn 40. I turn 40 in 2 years. All
right. You got 2 more years.
I got 2 more years.
You got dude. We'll get you in shape, coach.
I try.
What's the weight you think you'd sign up for?
Dude, what weight class do you think I used to fight at?
112?
No, what the fuck? 119, 120. Because I told you, man. You have a good memory.
Yeah, so I didn't remember it was somewhere back there.
So the lowest I fought was 119. Mm-hmm. I went between 120 and 125. This one time I actually fought at 135 just because the guy that I was going to fight never showed up to weigh-ins, and I weighed in at one. Luckily, they had told me like hours before, so I didn't have to cut the rest. I was 127. I weighed in 127, and there was another guy that his opponent pulled out, and he weighed in at 135. And then they're like, "Hey, do you want to take the fight?" And I'm like, "Fuck, man, I didn't fucking come all the way to Arizona not to fight." This is before I had any kids and any of that stuff. I'm like, let's run it. That decision.
What happened? You got
127? Hurt? No, I didn't get hurt. Do you feel a difference, man? Weight classes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude easily walks around maybe 45.
Yeah.
I think the heaviest I got was like 32 after I ate and drank water. I was like, oh, I lost that fight.
Dude, remember the first fight I had with you when I wanted to do 150?
Yeah.
I was like, I think I could do 150.
No way, man. That's another thing, man. People think that they could be like, oh yeah, I'm 55. And then I'm like, nah, fool. I'm like, look how tall you are. I'm like, there's no way these people are gonna tower over you.
Yeah, I didn't realize that, dude.
Like, look at Danny and look at Drew.
Oh,
same weight class, man.
It's a great example.
Same weight class.
I'm gonna put a picture of them here,
dude. It's crazy.
So for those of you listening, Drew, he's like 6'2" or something, I think, and then Danny's like 5'5".
5'5".
Yeah,
same weight class.
They fight in the same weight class. It's pretty ridiculous.
That shouldn't happen.
Yeah, poor Danny, bro. He's been pretty bummed about that.
You know what, man? It all comes down to choices. I always tell him, like, dude, like, take your health serious.
Yeah.
You're young. Like, don't get to the point where like you can't go back.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you have to be fighting all the time. Just like make good choices in your health. Being already Mexican and Latin, like we're our chances of getting diabetes is fucking high.
Yeah. And your parents like to fucking stuff you.
Yeah.
You know, my mom comes over with like bags full of food, dude, you know?
Yeah. Well, your mom's
Yeah, she's Mexican. She's
Mexican.
from Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll come over with like she'll cook me 3 meals or something, dude, and bring them over. I love it.
That's how you bond, man.
Yeah.
You be bond through food.
Yeah, you know, Vietnamese are pretty similar too. They're pretty big on food too, so
Yeah.
it's tight. I got both from each culture. Like it.
Or are you not fat?
I know, dude. Well, honestly, dude, it's probably the drugs, dude.
Beans and rice, dude. You got best of both worlds.
Yeah. You know what's funny is Vietnamese food, they use beans in desserts and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why their like sweets are a lot more healthier than like other pastries and stuff. You know what's funny about Danny though is even though he's pretty thick, dude, his cardio is insane, dude.
It is.
I'm like, bro, if you shed like 20 pounds, I was like, you'll outwork anyone in the ring, bro. Just nonstop pressure, dude.
Dude, but he was on it for a while. I think last year in December was his first fight as an amateur, and we took it super short notice. He had just won a his last PKB, and then they told me like, hey, we're looking for an opponent for this guy, and I'm like, okay, I know the gym. I don't know the guy. I've never seen him fight. I know the gym. I know their style. I'm like, all right, Danny, we're going to work on something for 2 weeks. That's when I made him do the whole Mike Tyson stuff.
Yeah, he's been working that.
You're going to work that head movement and you're going to put pressure. This dude was like maybe 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
And he outworked this guy. And people were I remember the commentators were a little biased, talking a little shit.
Dude, I hate when you hear that, dude.
And then I was like, man, but look at the results. Yeah. My boy whipped this guy.
Dude, when Julio fought that one dude in New York, I can't remember that guy's name. I know he lost and stuff, but still, during the fight, dude, I felt like the commentators were so fucking biased, dude. Oh, you couldn't hear it, huh? Because you were live? Dude, go watch the video. Like, I remember fucking Julio. Remember when Julio, like, dropped him?
Yeah, the first round, right off the bat.
Yeah, he dropped him, and then they were like, oh, that's a good hand. And then, you know, at the end of the round, the dude came back with, like, a knee or something, and they just like, oh, look at his knees. You better watch out for the knees. I'm like, fool, this dude just got dropped, bro. Shut the fuck up, bro.
So the thing about that guy, like, I understand, like, you have to have some sort of energy going into that, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that kind of bugged Julio is when they were doing the interview, the face-off before, like, online, he wasn't taking it too serious. And to Julio was like, dude, that fool's just fucking disrespecting me. Like, he's not taking it serious. And he said, like, oh, I've never seen the canvas. I've never been put down.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
You literally said that?
He literally said that.
So
we can
dude.
go back and watch it. And he said that. And I'm like,
that's so good.
I made a comment. I'm like, all right. I'm like, he's going to see the canvas. And shit, first 30 seconds,
yeah,
he got dropped twice.
Twice, yeah.
And then so he walks to my corner. I'm like, what's up, dude? I thought you never saw the canvas. He just looked at me and he just kind of shook his head and kept going.
Yeah.
Second round, Julio actually rocked him really bad to where when he sat on his corner, they were waking him up.
Yeah, I remember.
You know?
I think he just didn't notice it or something. Because
no.
I think because he got him when that dude was kind of like against the ropes. So I don't think he like really saw that he like broke that fool's posture with that hit and all that, you know?
Yeah, they had to definitely wake him up. But I think every fight's a learning experience, man. I think for Julio was the pressure. He felt really pressured. At the end of the whole thing, I'm like, dude, you didn't get knocked out. You went off fucking 5 rounds, professional fight. Like, you put on a really good fight. Maybe you didn't figure out your weakness like after the fact that you kept running into that knee, but with everything, man, he was hyper focused on that knee only, and that totally threw all the game plan out of the way.
I think if it went more rounds, Julio probably could have taken it, dude.
I think if they have a rematch, Julio would take it for sure.
Yeah. That dude, like, well, I will give it to that dude from New York is he did adjust because at the beginning, I think he was throwing like left kicks and stuff and Julio kept grabbing him and then he adjusted into the knees, you know? So he definitely had some ring IQ, dude. But I think Julio had more weapons, dude, to his disposal, you know?
Yeah.
That guy just had knees and then like clenching. That's about it.
Yeah, he didn't have any hands and, you know, he adjusted well.
Even his kicks were kind of like slow, you know?
But I tell you what, though, Julio went up a weight class. That's not Julio's weight class.
Yeah?
Yeah, oh, hell no, it's not.
That guy did look bigger.
Oh, he was bigger. The time before that, I think the heaviest Julio has fought for me was at 147 and fought Wilson Ha. Wilson Ha is like 6 foot something.
That was at the convention center in LA, right?
Yeah, that was at the Coliseum.
Yeah, the Coliseum. I remember that. Outside, right?
He dropped. Same thing. He fucking dropped him, and he won that fight. And from that moment on, he became like, okay, this guy's serious. After that, it's been nothing but up for him. Even though he lost his fight, like he's still considered, one of the top.
I don't think it wasn't a bad fight, dude. He lost, but it's not like he got smoked or anything, you know.
Nah, it was just, like I said, it was more mental.
Yeah. He also likes to start off slow, dude. Julio.
Yeah.
If he would have went guns blazing at the beginning, dude, I think it would have helped out a lot more, you know?
Yeah, well, the game plan was to not show him all our cards at once. Because every fight you see of Julio, you know he's going to come at you. He's a pressure fighter. He's not going to back up.
Yeah.
So, we started slow because I wanted to see what the guy had. And, yep, he had his left kicks, his super traditional Thai style. And so I listened properly, and he opened up and ran through it.
Yeah.
It's just that after halfway through the third round, when the guy figured out, like, all right, this fucking knee, and his corner kept telling him,
yeah,
throw that knee. There was some shadiness going on too. Illegal elbow, which that really put Julio out. Fourth round after that, he wasn't the same.
That was a fucked up elbow. I don't even know why they didn't take a point away, because that looked very intentional, It
was extremely intentional. He turned him around. Like, you look at that fight, you can see him turning him around, and I told him, I'm like, dude, look, if you look at all his fights, he does the exact same elbow every time.
He does where he grabs him in the back,
in the back of the neck. And he did it the fight before and the fight before that.
Damn.
So I told him about it. Well, look out for that. He did it sneakily in the fourth round, and Julio staggered. And even the ref was like, holy shit. And he was hugging Julio.
Yeah.
And then the ref looks at him. He's like, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm going to take care of him. And he picks up Julio and takes him to the corner. And I'm yelling, like, what the fuck? And then the New York State Athletic Commissioner was like, hey, calm down, because I'm fucking furious, right? And then I see his opponent was walking over to his corner. At that point, when something has been, like a foul has been committed or there's time, you got to go to neutral corners. This guy was straight up chilling in his own corner, talking to his coach, and his coach is like, they're all laughing, and I'm like, dude, and I'm like, what the fuck? Get back to your corner. And the commissioner guy says again, he's like, sit the fuck down, I'll take care of it. And I'm frustrated, right? I don't care at this time. And then I see his coach talking to one of the officials, like the guy that's scoring the fight. And he's like, dude, and I look at to the other official. I'm like, dude, is he supposed to be talking to him? And he's like, no, he's not supposed to be talking to him. I'm like, then what the hell is going on? They get up and tell him, like, they separate them. I'm like, what the fuck?
I heard too that the corner was cornering him during that whole ordeal, and they told him not to, and then they start speaking in whatever their native language was.
Yeah, definitely, man. And I had an issue with that.
Right there.
So at the end of the fight, me being me, I'm not disrespectful, man. I got up in the ring, and I turned over to the main official guy, and I'm like, hey, man, I just want to apologize for cussing and getting it in my head. And the guy's like, dude, don't apologize. He's like, I feel you on that. He's like, I feel you. He's like, trust me. He's like, we're working very hard to ban this gym from New York. He's like, we have a huge problem with them bending the rules.
Yeah. What gym was that?
I don't want to say it.
Okay. Oh, shit. You're a nice guy, Frankie.
Nah, man, it's true. I don't like bad mouthing people, man. It's you never know when you might need a favor or something.
Yeah, it's a small community.
It is a very small community.
Yeah, that's facts, dude. That guy that broke my rib, we're homies now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think his name was like Peter or Paul from Master Toddy's.
Yeah.
Or Super Tight. Well, not Super Tight, but I saw him a couple of times after. And like, because I just didn't know if it was intentional or what the deal was with him, because he did seem kind of like weird when I first met him, But we just drank together and we were cool right after, bro. We got IGs and we talk every once in a while,
That's a good thing, man, because some people, I don't. This is why I don't like watching too many. Did you know I don't watch any fights?
Yeah, you mention all the time. I'll be like, did you see this fight? When you saw that a Super Bond fight, I was like pretty shocked. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I'll only watch them like if I know the person or I'm excited to see that fight, I'll watch it. Yeah. But it just seems like everything's a show now, man. And when people say, I'm gonna go to war, like, no, you're not, man. You're not gonna go to war. Like, how does that even reference a fight? Yeah. Like, it's two skilled people that are gonna test each other. Somebody's gonna come out victorious. It's not war. Like, war is a fucking pretty strong word to fucking go
especially in comparison to like Kevin Ross or fucking Joe Schilling. Those fucking dudes went to war, bro. Joe Schilling, when he was in Glory, he had that one fight. He did 3 fights in one night.
Yeah,
that was wild, dude.
Which one? Well, he had a couple of them, man.
It was like I don't know if it was his first fight with Glory, but it was for a tournament.
Is that the one he won his first tournament?
I don't know I think he lost the last fight, or he might have won. I can't remember, but I just remember he won. And then in the interview, he talked about how like he would go smoke cigarettes in between his fights.
Yeah,
and
he
shit,
did. Yeah. That's when he won. That's when he won the first Glory. The second one, I was there, but it wasn't. It was to advance in the tournament, and there was 3 fights. I was there at the Forum, and that's when he beat. Who did he sleep? Simon Marcus.
Sam Marcus.
So the Simon Marcus fight, that was like fight number 2 because Simon Marcus had beat Joe Schilling
Yeah, I was about to say.
in lion fights in Vegas.
Uh-huh.
And I remember, I want to say Joe Schilling got knocked out or he lost, but something like that where they stopped it.
Yeah,
They waved it off. They call it a TKO. And so it was like a grudge match, right? And it went an extra round. I think Glory does extra rounds.
I love that shit.
So they went in a 4th round, taking the gloves off, and they're like, nope, it's fucking tied. What the fuck? Like, there's no way. Joe Schilling just fucking won this shit.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. He put his fucking gloves back on. And my wife and I were sitting right there. And he did a drop step. Boom, boom. He feinted him coming in. He fucking drop step back, dropped him with the fucking right hook, and he just slept him.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the fucking whole arena went crazy.
Big boy, Joe Schilling.
Dude, he's a fucking big boy, dude.
When I see him in person, I was like, holy shit, you don't look this big on TV. You know?
Yeah, man, he's my boy, man. I haven't talked to him in a minute, but we keep in contact here and there, you know.
Yeah.
I went to his house once to help him with his car, and it was like maybe 8 a.m, and him and his son were outside. That dude's a fucking great dad, by the way. Just to let you know. I've never seen. Well, I have, but I've never seen such a man, like a manly man. You look at Joe Schilling, like, dude, that dude's a fucking manly man, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
And the way he's with his sons, man, he's like, I've never seen somebody so loving before, like with their boys. And like, he's so encouraging, dude. And to see that, that's what it's about, man. And I always tell him, dude, I'm like, dude, you're such a fucking good dad. He's like, yeah, try it, man. But me and I was showing his boy how to do things on a car. And he comes out. He's like 9. He's like, hey, man, you want something to drink? Like, sure, dude. Like, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know. Whatever you got. He had a fucking stock fridge full of Bud Light. He gives me a fucking beer. Who the fuck's going to say no to Joe Schilling?
Can't say
Drinking
no, man.
a fucking Bud Light at 8 in the morning, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck it. Fucking popped open a fucking can of Bud Light at 8 in the morning. And yeah, we're just fucking drinking and then just fucking hanging out. He's a cool dude, man.
Yeah.
He's
I want to smoke with him. Next time I ever see him, I'll be like, yo.
I thought you did.
Nah, I asked him to, but he was busy because remember he came to the gym for a little bit, did the seminar, and then I asked him at the end of it, but then he had to leave. He just left his car and took off. Remember?
Yeah, he was sponsored by Smoked RX back when that was like a big company.
Well, doesn't he have that brand or something? That fight league? What's it called? Smokers with the Z?
Yeah, it was Smokers Fight League or something like that. Yeah.
I saw that shit on YouTube. I was like,
yeah, man. Yeah, he was trying to do it. I think he did do striking as well in Vegas. Mm-hmm. And then
I think that's the only place you can do that in.
Yeah, he did jiu-jitsu. He did that. He did it was going on for a while, man. That guy's doing a lot of like acting and stuff now too.
Oh, is he? That's interesting.
Yeah, he transitioned very well, man, because there comes a point in time where you can't really fight anymore.
Nah, he's definitely there.
He has a couple business ventures, like, you know, he's part owner of the Yard. Him and his coach, Mark Kamoro, actually own the Yard. He when he gets a chance, he does go and teach there. Time that he's there, I've gone and, you know, I take some of the guys to go spar and have fun. But he's doing a lot of like acting, and you know, it's going good for him, man. He was in that. I saw him in that movie with Mark Wahlberg. Fucking movie.
Mark Wahlberg.
Cowboy Cerrone's in it. Like, Cowboy Cerrone is one of the inmates.
Oh, I don't even know what movie that is.
Yeah, like Mark Wahlberg's in jail. I forget what movie it is, but Mark Wahlberg's in jail and he's a cop.
Joe Schilling's a cop?
No.
Oh, Mark
Wahlberg's a cop.
Wait. Oh, the other guys? Is it the other guys? No. It's not a comedy?
No, it's not a comedy. It's a movie.
Oh,
anyways,
okay.
He's one of the bad guys at a gym.
I could see him being a bad guy.
Yeah. Dude, I know. I think about it. He's played a fucking lot of bad guys. He was in the Kickboxer, the new reboot.
Yeah.
He was in that. It wasn't that good of a movie, but
I didn't hear about the reboot. But I'll check it out though. Wait, I did hear about that.
Yeah, Kickboxer. You know, with the one with Van Damme.
Yeah.
You know when he goes to go train
Thailand or something.
Yeah.
Right? His brother dies or something, right?
Yeah. Well, he's Joe Schilling, one of the bad guys, and he's fucking him up. And then I think the dude like gets his fucking inner energy and fucking head kicks him and he lays him out.
I'm gonna check that movie out when you leave, dude. All right, I got another question for you. What is your favorite style?
As far as what? It's just
or Muay Thai.
Dude, I like all styles, man. We have seasons. Have you noticed at the gym? Sometimes we'll be Dutch. Sometimes we'll be Thai. I think so. Lately, I've been really into the Thai style.
Really?
Like, yeah.
When I first met you, you were big on the Dutch. I remember.
Yeah, I was because, like I said, I have seasons, right? So when you first met me, I was dealing more still with MMA fighters at the moment. So I had no necessity to teach Thai style.
Yeah, you had Mike and all them.
So the way I teach, as you know, is depending on what we have going on is what I teach. Like if I know that we're going to be fighting a gym that's traditional, super Thai style, why even bother? As long as we understand how to deal with the Thai style, we're going to do our own style, which is a mixture of everything. You know, for a while I was big on boxing. You know, we did a lot of boxing. I had a boxing coach for a while back last time ago in the garage, dude. That's how I got taught the drop step.
Yeah,
you know, the mirror drill.
I remember that. That was my first like fucking week here. I was like, this is what we're doing,
dude. But I'll tell you what, though, man. I fell in love with that because I actually put somebody down.
I remember
17 seconds in Arizona.
Oh, you said it was like a record or something?
Yeah. I technically had put him down in 7 seconds with a knee, got back up, and then I drop stepped him and he went through the ropes. Kind of like Joe Schilling.
I recently did the mirror drill, but I just did it with the step back and hooked. I did it on who was it? I think it was Jack, dude. Because Jack came in, he just came in on it. I was just jabbing him when he came in. I just like threw it. I just was like, damn, I haven't practiced that in so long. It just was back there in the memory bank, you know?
Yeah, man. That's what's crazy about like people think I pre-plan my classes and I don't.
Yeah.
It's whoever I see there, it's boop, okay, here's we go. I'll have an idea of what we're doing. Like if we're going Dutch style, boxing, or Thai style, but all my shit comes out right there and then.
Yeah. But so for like if you were to fight again, like what would your style be though? If you could pick your style, because I like a style that I don't do because I'm not good at it, you know?
Knowing that I want my last fight to be in Thailand,
traditional?
I can't fucking do traditional. There's no way they'll fucking eat me up alive.
Oh, that's facts. Sure.
I can't.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna probably favor more Western boxing with Dutch style. Yeah. You know, I don't want to be too close because I'm gonna fucking get sucked into the clinch. I'm not saying I suck at the clinch, but I don't want to get hit with the elbows. That shit sucks.
Yeah, and they're probably working it a lot more than we are down here, you know?
You know, and I don't want to stand on the outside because I don't want to get fucking kicked. And you can only take so many kicks that's so long. So I want to be in and out, you know, more footwork. So definitely probably more towards a Dutch style.
Yeah. Dude, I was working my hands so much earlier this year until I fucked my left hand up, dude. I felt like my hands were finally getting better, you know? And then I fucked it up and I'm just back to kicks again. Because I'm like,
how'd you fuck it up?
Dude, on Danny. Remember, I didn't tell you what happened? Yeah, dude.
You just told me that you messed something up, but you weren't too specific.
Yeah, so me and Danny, we started doing this thing where we spar for like 30 minutes on Thursdays and Fridays in the ring, you know, before class.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, it's just because it's good for my cardio, and Danny just likes to spar, so it's perfect, dude, you know? So it was a thing we were doing for a while, and it was going good for, I don't know, I want to say like 2 months. And then one day, like we're sparring, and like I was literally about to leave, and then he's like, oh, you want to do one more round? And I'm like, all right, bet. So I had my hand wraps off. I was already like ready to go home, put everything back on, didn't wrap my hands. Anyways, at one point I go to throw an uppercut, and like he like blocked like this, and I caught like the end of his elbow, you know? And it just like, dude, like you could see it, like it's still fucked up, bro. I'm pretty sure I broke it, dude.
First of all, that's probably all fucking calcium buildup. First of all,
this one.
Let me ask you this. How hard did you throw that uppercut?
Dude, it really might have been hard, actually. We go pretty hard sometimes.
Okay, that's one.
Yeah.
Okay.
2, I didn't have wraps, too. I think that would have helped.
The wraps will give you some protection, but not what you think, unless you have like a fucking 2-inch thick padding. Yeah. And yeah. But it's fucking not even gauze, dude. It's just fucking like a little towel in there. But secondly, how old are your gloves that you were using?
Probably they're the weed ones, so they're probably like 2 years old.
Exactly. So you know all that padding that you have.
That was the other thing I was about to say too.
It gets compressed now.
I know.
So instead of keeping it, you know, nice and sturdy, that elbow that's nice and sharp is gonna go right through. Everything's all those threads are just gonna open up and go right through.
Dude, got me so good.
You need new gloves.
I know.
That's why you fucked up your hand.
I need new shin guards too.
You need new shin guards. I've seen you with 2 colored shin guards lately. What's up with that?
I know. I've been broke lately, coach. I got my money towards stuff that I need. You know. Now I'm probably gonna order some shit though off Amazon or something.
Can't go wrong with Amazon.
Next day delivery. Oh, dude, Yoki is so expensive right now. I'm like, bro, with shipping and all that, it's like, I like.
So look. Before I forget about this, you didn't hit up Robert.
Who's Robert?
From the gym, some new guy.
The Asian guy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I talked to him actually yesterday.
He's got that connect with fucking Boone.
He's like my height, right?
Maybe a little shorter than you.
He's like Vietnamese, I think, right?
He's into what?
Is he Vietnamese or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I talked to him yesterday.
Yeah.
I just got his number, actually.
Hit him up, man, because I think you guys two might be in the same industry.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, same guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's actually looking into properties for me.
Oh, yeah?
He's helping me out. Yeah.
For the gym or for?
Yeah, for the gym.
Oh, yeah? Oh, I thought you were going to get that What happened to that spot that was up the street?
Well, I'm still looking. I got right now the place. There's two. There's a place called Tapatio. There used to be a fucking restaurant.
Oh yeah,
That
I know
place
that
is
one.
vacant, and the only difference is it has a huge lot in the back. It's overkill. I don't know if they're gonna be charging me for that whole back. That's not gonna be usable.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a deal breaker unless I build something on it or rent it out. But the other place, I think it used to be a laundromat or a 99-cent store on the corner of Edinger and Harbor. That place has been open, vacant for, we're going to be there 9 years. Yeah, for 9 years.
Oh, is that the one you're telling me how they keep fucking, they don't want to drop the
They
rent?
don't want to drop the rent, but hey, man, money talks, right?
Dude.
So
I'm going to go talk to them and be like, yo, this is for the community.
it is for the community,
all these kids
man.
don't have no father figure. You know what I mean?
There you go.
This is what we need. Come on, help us out here.
But anyways, you got to talk to him because he's putting in an order for Boone.
Oh, is
and
it?
he's got some dope ass gloves that nobody's ever seen here yet.
Yeah. I'll check him out. Yeah, I literally just got his number yesterday because we're in the same industry.
He's a cool guy, man. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's super chill. He seems nice. Let's see. All right, so here's another question I got. What is the worst type of fighter that you've dealt with? I think I know the answer, but let
me see. Tell me.
I think it's gonna be Evan. That type of person.
Oh, the type of person?
Yeah, like personality type, you know?
Yeah, man. And it's not because I'm picking on him because you just give me an example, but I think the personality is a know-it-all.
Yeah.
So if you aren't able to accept criticism or ideas, you're never going to learn, right? How are you expecting to go train somewhere when you're telling me, I already know how to do that. I already know that. Why are you here?
Yeah.
Why are you wasting my time? And, it's you're not open to new ideas or a new approach on things. My style of teaching, if what I'm trying to teach you, the specific way I'm trying to teach you doesn't work for you, I'm going to make it work for you. How your body moves. We're not a cookie cutter gym here. The way you do your style is totally different from how Julio does his style. Mm-hmm. You guys know the same stuff, the same combinations, but you guys move differently.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that I could teach you that I can't teach him, right? I know you could fucking get on the inside and throw a fucking head kick out of nowhere because you're flexible, right?
Special.
At Taekwondo style.
Yeah.
Versus, let's say Julio, he cannot throw a head kick from such a close distance. He has to make space.
Yeah.
Right? So everything's gets taught differently. But yeah, man, I think the people that I really have a hard time with is the I know-it-alls. And this is why I ask people, like, have you trained before? Kind of want to get an idea of who you are and why you're coming here. If you're telling me that, like, oh yeah, I've trained for 10 years, I got like 15 fights. Okay, what do I have to offer you? Are you coming here just to fucking beat up on my guys? Or are you coming here because you really want to know my style? And we've had people come in here and try to bust that. Guess what? They get run through the gauntlet, right? And they don't come back. And I don't need those kind of people here.
Yeah. Those are the hardest people to train with.
They are.
Which is funny. It's the hardest people to coach and the hardest teammate to be around.
Because they don't want to hold pads.
Yeah.
Because what did I tell you? As a fighter, you have to be selfish, right?
Yeah.
We're not a selfish gym. We're not a selfish gym. Even when people do have fights like Julio, right? And I'm using him a lot because he's the one most active right now. He has his time to be selfish. He's selfish in different ways. Now that he has a family, he understands what I mean. Like, you have to be selfish. Unfortunately, that means less time with your family, less time with your kid, you're home late. You go from work straight to the gym. You're there, and you still got responsibilities. Yeah. We're gonna train. I need to do your workouts. We're gonna do pads. I'm gonna do pads with you about 30 minutes nonstop. But guess what? I still expect you to take class and hold pads for other people
and teach. Teaching now.
Yeah, he's teaching, man. It took him a while, but
yeah, man, dude. I've known Julio since I've been going to Spider, and I just witnessed him going to the role he's moved into. I also noticed, like, with that came the shift in the way he like acts, his personality. Man, when I first met Julio, I ain't gonna lie, dude, me and him kind of like butted heads a lot, bro. Like, we were like, we're pretty cool now, dude. Like, I mean, I have no problem with him, but dude, I just did not like talking to him before because he was just so
he was a hard
aggressive,
ass,
bro.
He is. He was.
I was like, damn, chill, bro.
That comes with age, man. You're the fucking young bull. Things you can do whatever the fuck you want. Trust me, when I met him, I was like, who the fuck is this kid?
Yeah.
You know how I met Julio?
I remember the story, but go ahead, tell us.
So at the time, I had lost my location where I first started. And then I was able to access another location just temporarily right there on the first address he went to.
Mhm.
I was there in Santa Ana. And I had known his original wrestling coach from my original gym. I would see this big old dude. He must have been like 250, just fucking yoked out, man. Dallas. And he would go in there and hit the bag. Boom, kick after kick, boom. Then he'd go on the elliptical. Then he'd be like, hey, man, what's your name? It's like getting to know each other. And it's like, oh, we have mutual friends in common and became cool. And he's like, hey, I got some couple fighters that I want you to look at. And I'm like, cool, man, just, shoot them my way. And I was at that place where the guy that owned that location was actually one of his fighters too. So it all kind of clicked. And he's like, hey, man, I'm going to send you this young kid named Julio. He just graduated from high school. He's an MMA fighter, yada, yada, yada. He needs striking. Cool, send him my way. This fucking kid shows up, man, in a fucking knee brace. I'm like, hey, what's up? What's wrong with your knee? Oh, I just got ACL surgery. Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, Dallas, this kid's fucking broken. What the fuck am I going to do with him? Well, no, just have him watch.
Sick.
This motherfucker, he wasn't watch, man. He was over here shooting his shit with other people. And I'm like, dude, I can't have this. Yeah. So once he was finally able to get on the mat, dude, he fought me with every little thing that I threw at him. I'm all right, man. This is what we're going to do. I want you to slip off the jab. I want you to bait him to throw a jab. You're going to slip and you're going to throw a right uppercut. Why the fuck? That doesn't work. Dude, This guy fucking fought me. Just how you met him, that's how it was, but worse. Right? Yeah. And I'm like, just fucking trust me. I'm not going to do it. All right. Fucking call up Dallas. Hey, man, this fool says he ain't going to fucking do shit. I don't want to coach him. Let me talk to him. All right, man. Just keep working. So we fucking did it. And I told him to this slip. And his first fight, he didn't let me corner him.
What?
He didn't let me corner him. Our first fight together, which was okay because I wasn't his coach. I was just helping out his coach,
okay,
right?
So Dallas is
his coach, his MMA coach.
He's
a cool guy. And he's like, hey, man, you can go to my fight. Here's a ticket. I'm like, all right, I'll fucking dig. I'm like, all right, whatever. I actually went. It was at the fair. Me and my wife went, and we sat in the stand. Then he comes out, and he's fucking going, and I'm like, huh, fuck's he doing?
You didn't do any of the stuff you worked?
No, the opposite, man. He's doing everything I fucking told him to do. And I have a picture of him doing it.
That's sick, though.
The picture that I have him at the gym, he's fucking slipping and throwing that right uppercut.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even stay to watch the fight, like the whole thing. I look around. I'm like, all right, we're done here. I'm like, that's what I thought. And I walked away. And, me and Eva had fun at the fair. And that was on a Sunday. And the next day, guess who was there fucking bright and early at the gym? All fucking smiles. And I have a picture of when he came and like to apologize to me. It's me and him, and he's got his arm around me, and I got Lexi in the back, and Lexi's going like, I'll post it so you guys can see.
Yeah.
And
I'll put it, if you give it to me, I'll put it in the
I'll
put it around.
and he's like, dude, I'm so sorry. He's like, I should have trusted you. He's like, that thing worked like a fucking charm, and I'm sorry I cheated. He fully apologized to me, and I was like, all right, man. I'm like, I don't want you fucking ever doubting what the fuck I'm teaching you. Like, I'm teaching you shit for a reason. I'm like, I don't need that shit.
Yeah.
I let him have it a little bit. But after that, he was like, he was on fucking board, man. And he never looked back.
He's the biggest team player.
Yeah, man, he is. And it's all about, trusting the process and trusting everything you do. Even till this day, if I tell Julio, hey, dude, I just fucking sit there and fucking throw 30 minutes of straight jabs. He's not going to ask me why he's going to do it. Because I know it's good for him, And him and I became really close, outside the gym. Like, everybody has struggles to deal with. And I think he needed a father figure at the time. And I was able to kind of
fill that role,
fill that void for him for the time being. And, I try to give him as much advice I can. And when he fucks up, I tell him. And I give him advice, and when he doesn't listen, and he's like, hey, man, I didn't fucking listen to your advice. I'm in this fucking hole now. All right, so here I am, try to pep him up and get him out of that dark place. And I think we've built a great relationship. And I think now that he's a father, he realized like, oh shit. So you see him kind of take care of the gym a little more. And,
definitely.
Show interest in people.
Yeah. It's completely. Well, the whole gym in general has changed, but Julio specifically, though, from the way he is today versus how I first met him, I was like, man, when I first met him, this fool was like trying to knock me out all the time. Like I was literally punching back for him, bro.
Little known fact. I think only myself and my wife and Julio know this. If anything was ever to happen to me, he's in my will to take over the gym. Even when I do retire, it's gonna be in his family. Like
Sweet.
it's for him, man. Like he's earned it. The gym ain't for me. Like it's not. I don't have it for financial. It's the gym is for me to help me cope with my with what I want to feel inside. My wife understands that's
Like
why
your
I'm
hobby.
doing it. It's more than a hobby, dude. It's my lifestyle. It was there before I met anybody else, and it's saved my life. And if I'm able to provide some sort of secure sanctuary for people to feel like they belong or leave all that bullshit outside, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
And he understands. He understands that goal. He's gonna keep doing it. And if he wants to do something with it, then it's his.
It's beautiful.
So that's the trajectory of the gym where it's going.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he definitely earned it, dude. And honestly, deep down inside, dude, he's actually a really kind person, dude.
He's a very emotional guy, man.
He's very hard on the outside. But soft on the
this is what I tell him, dude. It's like this word gets tossed around a lot. Toxic, toxic masculinity, man. It gets tossed around a lot. And I think I know, and it's just it's a word, right? But I think it's a trait. I think that word it should be named something else. It just sounds fucking wrong.
I mean,
because I think a man should be a man, have some traits, but a lot of those traits don't have to be so machismo. And growing up Hispanic, Mexican, or Latin, dude, you're always taught by your father figure, don't fucking show emotion. This is what you do, and this is the only way to do it. And slowly I've been kind of picking away at that. He's like a fucking iceberg. I'm chiseling him, trying to chisel that away. And he realized it, like, oh shit, I'm actually pretty fucking, emotional person. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with being emotional, man. Like, whoever the fuck told you that, to say I love you or to say I care about something is bad. It's not. Little by little, you see him do a little speeches. So I'm giving him a little bit more floor time to talk about certain things. And I think he's getting there, man. It was a big thing for him was when he gave Casey his armband.
Yeah.
Like they both had a nice cry, a good little tear because it was emotional. And he gave my daughter's armband to her.
What, Macy or Lexi?
Macy. He gave Macy.
Oh yeah. I forgot Macy got that day too. I got mine that day too.
You did, dude. You did. Look at that. Yeah, man. It's and for that it's there is no ranking system in Muay Thai. People actually I had a whole on speech about this a couple years ago. There is no ranking system in general. You know where the ranking system came from?
Karate?
Taekwondo.
Oh, Taekwondo. I thought karate was the first one. Is it? Or
no, it was Taekwondo that well, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Taekwondo because I did my research on it. So it was
Koreans.
It was a way of how to keep track of who was going to be paying more. Yeah. Different and levels for classes. That's how they kept track of people.
I just remembered like every time you would get a belt, it was like $200, dude, back in the day.
Exactly. Crazy. Right? You're monetizing that shit.
They did.
My stuff's not monetized, man. And it's more of like, what change do I see in you that's made you a better person that you were when you started? Some people don't get them.
Yeah.
Because guess what, man? You ain't doing anything for self-growth. Like, you got one, dude, because I'm like, dude, here's this guy who's been with me for already 6 years. You got yours this year. For 6 years, he comes in fucking early. And you know what did it? Was the fact that you showed interest in Yoshi.
I was a little homie right there.
Yeah, man. And although you do talk a lot of shit, a lot of weird stuff sometimes, you actually have good points, man. And you speak from the heart. Like when you give him advice, dude, you give him advice. And so there was one thing that you said. I don't remember, but you were talking about school.
Yeah.
And I was like, there it is. He's fucking grown up.
You earned the band.
You earned the band, dude.
Oh man, I love that kid. He's a good kid, dude. I like that, seeing him become the young man that he's gonna be.
He's definitely did a fucking 180, man. He came in to me. His dad brought him in, and his dad's like, "Hey, dude, I don't know what to do with him anymore. He thinks he's a fucking little gangbanger. He rolls up, fucking bald head, baggy ass jeans, and straight F's." He just got suspended from school. And I'm like, sir, sign on this fucking line. That's my specialty, dude. Taking kids like that and scaring them straight. Oh, that's my fucking specialty.
Yeah.
I'm like, sign this fucking line for me. And do you give me, the authority to fucking set him straight? He's yep. I look at him, I'm like, hey, buddy, you're fucked. I got to be a little hard on him.
He went through the ringer at first, dude.
He did, man. And I know that exact day he kind of flipped on him. So yeah, he started coming in and we were working him out hard. And I think I had asked him one day for his fucking grades, and he was fucking nervous. I'm like, dude, how the fuck do you have straight Fs?
Yeah,
straight
PE,
Fs.
dude. I was like,
I'm like, look, how man, you know how hard you gotta try to fucking fail every class? I'm like, if you're putting that much dedication and failing, I'm like, I know for a fact that you could do better than that.
Yeah.
And he had ditched and he got suspended. And I'm like, all right, man, today's the day. You're gonna fucking turn this shit around. And we put him to the ringer. And I think Og was the one that put him down with a fucking nasty body shot. And he's like, he just crumbled and he went downstairs. And I followed him. I'm like, I'll be right back. And then I went downstairs. That's when the locker room was still downstairs. I'm like, what's up, dude? He was getting emotional. He was tearing up a little bit. And I closed the door. I'm like, dude, cry. I want you to fucking cry right now. Yeah, and he fucking bawled out. I'm like, why? Why are you doing this? He's like, I don't know. I don't know why I act like this. Is it because you feel like you want to belong somewhere? I give him my whole fucking Franky speech of you got to be better and the fuck are you doing? And he's like, you know what, man? I'm done doing this. Like, I want to, my friend just about to have a baby and he's fucking 15.
Wild.
I'm like, dude, grow the fuck up, man. I'm like, you're going to be a fucker for the rest of your life. And after that day, dude, that conversation, the next fucking day, bro, he's like, hey, can I sit here and do my homework? Hell yeah, you can. Open up my laptop. He did his fucking homework little by little, weekly progress reports. I think all he has right now is his A's and C's.
Yeah.
A, B's, and C's.
He's been doing good.
And he's fucking undefeated in jiu-jitsu and he's training every day. He's there since you're there. And then
Before
he's
waiting for me to open the door.
Yeah, man. And he waits for his dad or he gets picked up after Legacy's class. With that class is over like a 9:30, sometimes 10.
Yeah, when he does MMA.
Like, dude, this kid sometimes has to go all the way to fucking Corona.
Oh.
So that's maybe he'll get home at 11, take a shower, go to sleep, wake up and do it all over again. And that's fucking dedication because he knows that he's capable of doing all that stuff, man. Instead of letting him fuck around and end up in jail right now. Fuck that. Nobody I my watch is gonna do that.
Yeah, dude, he started with, I think, 4 other kids. He's the only one that stayed.
He's the only one that stayed, man.
We got one kid that kind of comes in and out. I forgot. What's Angel? I think his name, right? Or
Angel, yeah. That's
Angel.
He came a lot later, but yeah. He's a good kid too, man.
Yeah, Angel's cool. Yeah, I'm proud of Yoshi, dude. I was like, man, from when he came in to now, I remember I was holding pads for him and I was teaching him something, and he had this just little attitude, bro. And I'm like, bro, why are you asking me for help? If you're just gonna like fucking sit here like this, it's like fucking go hit the bag if you want to fucking have that type of attitude,
That's the thing, man. It's like kids sometimes feel like they're owed something.
Yeah, they're young.
This generation feels a little entitled. Like
I know we always be talking about that weird shit, like the they thems.
Yeah, that's a whole different subject, man.
That's your kids too, dude. Your son's so young; he's gonna be on some weird shit once he gets to my age, bro. Like, can you imagine if this is where we're at? Right now,
Hey man, my son's gonna change the world. I know he is.
Yeah, maybe he'll be a fighter, dude.
Yeah.
Do you want your kids? If one of your kids was like, I want to pick up fighting, like professionally, like.
Well, Macy's going down that road, and I had to have a talk with her, and I'm like, hey, why do you want to fight? You know what she said? And I had to fucking stop her right there. She's like, because I want to make you proud of me. And I was like, nope. I'm like, it's not even about that. I'm like, I'm not asking you to fight. In fact, I don't want you to fight. I'm like, do I want you to get hurt and get beat up? I'm like, no. I'm like, do it because you want to. Do it because, this is what makes you happy. And she's like, it does make me happy, Dad. And I'm like, all right. And so I've been working with her a little more. Like, dude, she's really picked it up.
Yeah.
She's sometimes when she spars with G, she's a little shy. But I think last 2 weeks, I'm like, all right, guys, like, you guys want to fight? You got to show me something. Dude, they went fucking all out.
Yeah.
And they were clinching. Dude, their clinching was on point. It's like watching 2 little midgets clinch, like full on, like fucking swimming fucking perfectly, turning and landing straight knees. I was like, dude, that's awesome.
Dang, that's cool. What a proud moment that must have been.
It was, man. It was. I took a video and I sent it to Eva, and I was like, oh my God. Eva was the one that didn't want her to fight.
I can imagine. She's a mom.
And you know what turned her around? Some random dude from Australia. I convinced her to let Macy fight.
What do you mean? Like
John
showed
Wayne
up to
Parr,
see
man.
Oh, John Wayne Parr.
When he came to do the seminar at the
It's not
gym,
random.
Macy's like, I want to fight, but my mom won't let me. And he's like, you know what? He's like, I was scared when Jazzy asked me to fight, but I'm like, you know what? How can I tell her not to follow her dreams or what she wants to do?
Yeah.
Right? I did it. Like, why can't she? And then she's like, you know what? I think you're just scared of her. You're just scared of that she's gonna be that great.
Get hurt.
And then Ev was like, shit, I am holding her from fucking achieving her greatness, possibly, you know? How can I let my fears stop her from doing what she's not scared of? And so that was a fucking switch in her. And I was like, thank you, John Wayne.
Dude, John Wayne's so cool, man. I hope I get to see him again one day. He just has such a dope personality. I did notice when I met him in person though, that fool's face is fucked up, bro.
Dude, well, have you seen that? They did a photo shoot on him and they highlighted all his scars
or something stitches.
Dude, his
bro.
whole fucking face is like, it looks like the Chucky doll, man.
He had this one that went from like the side to the back of his skull, and I was like, damn, that one looked like
I was at the his last line fight when him and Cosmo. That's where I met Cosmo.
Yeah.
We had a fighter there, and Cosmo was warming up in our locker room. So he asked me, he's like, hey, I don't have a monk call to wear. Like, can I wear your gyms? I'm like, hell yeah, you can wear my gym's fucking cool. And they went out there to fucking fight, man. It was a 5-rounder title fight. And I think John Wayne came in with his head down and fucking Cosmo was like, boom, and cracked him open from here to here.
Yeah, that might have been that one I saw.
There's a video of him like fucking talking through it. I don't know if you've seen it. It's fucking nasty. Yeah, he got fucking cut open.
Yeah, dude. And you know what else I noticed is he's got like no neck mobility.
Fuck.
That will fuck some discs up or something, bro.
Something, dude. Yeah. He's been doing it since he was like 13 or something. He started off with karate, I think.
Yeah.
And then he met this Thai guy at a Thai restaurant. Sponsored him to go to Thailand.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I like hearing stories like that.
Yeah.
You know, and he's a fucking icon in Muay Thai, man. He was one of the first, you know, outsiders to live and do the whole Muay Thai thing in Thailand. Yeah.
I think my style is kind of like, if I were to say it
is.
It's more like, yeah.
I'm like, dude, this is your fucking style, man. He's a fucking gunslinger. He goes in there and fucking,
yeah.
Give a fuck. Did you know he was one of the first people to start the whole Muay Thai with MMA gloves?
Yeah, I remember seeing that. And then he, what's that dude from what's his name? Charday or whatever. He like asked him like, hey, would it be all right if we used it? Like he straight up, like went all respectful about it. And John Wayne was like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, it was. He called it CMT.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Cage Muay Thai.
Cage Muay Thai.
Yeah, I remember. I remember talking about it. Yeah, that's super cool, dude. They have it still in Thailand. I remember seeing like Channel 8 will do it sometimes with MMA gloves.
Yeah,
I like it more because I think for the clenching, it's more. Like, I feel like they can
practical,
grab. Yeah, you know, because the gloves kind of fucking make it like you have to grab your hand all weird and stuff, you know?
You have to hold your wrist sometimes, depending on what kind of gloves you have.
And I like it, too, because when you're kicking, bro, it's like less fucking, you know, less to block with, you know?
I can break somebody's finger off with that, dude.
Yeah. All right, coach, we just did an hour and a half, dude.
Oh, shit.
You got anything else to tell us, bro? What do you got?
Nah, man, what
do you want to tell the gym, you know?
Everybody's doing great, man. Everybody from the gym, like, I like the growth of the gym, how it's going. The gym is definitely going in a direction that I do foresee it in going, you know. It was hard, man, starting this gym from, I remember when I told Julio, I'm like, hey, dude, hop on my car. Let's go see something. This was before. He's like, what? I'm like, just fucking get in my car, man. Drove. We parked in front of the gym that we have right now. Like, what are we doing here? Come here. I had a key and I opened it. He's like, what the fuck is this? This is our new gym. He's like, what the fuck? Like, dude, are we really doing this? I'm like, yeah, man, are you down or what? Then Mikey shows up. I had to tell Mikey, I'm like, hey, Mike, look, man, I'm going to be leaving this gym where I'm at right now. And he was already starting his fitness program there. And I think they were charging him something stupid like $1,000.
Wait, what gym was that? Was that at the
original location? Dude, I think the gym was the
size of shop or what?
Yeah, it was the size of a garage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, Mike, I'm like, come with me. I'm not forcing you to come with me. You can come with me. I'll help you build out your whatever the fuck gym you have, man. He's like, you don't gotta fucking pay me rent. Like, I believe in you. He's like, fuck it, let's run it. So he came with me. Me, Mikey, and Julio, and I think 3 other people. I started the gym with like 6 people, man. It was the first 3 years were the fucking hardest years because I wasn't making fucking rent. And I had made a deal with Eva. I'm like, I will not be touching our family account to eat into the gym. That was a deal if I could use those 20 grand.
Yeah.
Dude, no, if it wasn't for Juan, I don't think we'd fucking be here, man. Juan was a really good business guy.
Yeah.
So we did everything we could, from fucking buying wine to the ladies that ran the building to give us more time to pay rent. Dude, it was amazing, man. And then little by little, you started coming in, and then gym started growing, and I started expanding, and it all, like you said, it's the culture of the gym.
Yeah.
If I was money hungry, dude, we're probably the cheapest gym in Orange County, and I've never really raised my prices. They stay the same, and it's just the culture of the gym. Everybody's so welcoming, and everybody truly cares for one another.
Yeah.
And then
We're
we
friends.
do once in a while, we get those little hotheads that come in and try to prove a point, but those leave fairly quick. I make it a point. Like, yeah, that shit's not allowed here.
Dude, I almost feel bad for the new members because it's like I feel like they're never gonna get like the personal time that like I got with you and some other guys that started earlier. Like I remember you would hold pads for people and like before class and all that. Now it's like people will ask me like, how do I get personals with Frankie? I was like, sign the fuck up, bro, because there's a list, dog.
You know what, man? It's that the whole personal me aspect of dealing with people, it's changed. You're right. I used to hold pads for people and this and do that. But I think when my son was born, it's like I put my family on top gym.
Good.
And it took me a while to kind of figure that out. But it's like, dude, are you guys my family? Yeah, you are. But the people that I live with and then I care about and then I help build are my actual kids with my wife, And so, yeah, I kind of had to step back from that. And I'm like, you know what, man? I don't remember. I don't know if you remember, but it was like a year ago or 2 years ago when I kind of stopped coming to the gym a little bit.
Yeah.
I kind of lost faith in the system, man.
I remember we had that conversation.
We had that conversation because I'm like, I started seeing things that I didn't like, and the gym was going in a direction that I didn't like it, and I didn't know how to turn it around. And I'm like, I think it was you. I'm like, look, Mo, I'm like, somebody's gonna come into the gym, and I'm gonna ask them like, hey, how are you? They're gonna respond with good, and then they're gonna ask me, how are you doing? And look what they say. And I think I forget what it was. They came in. I'm like, oh, how are you doing? And they're like, I'm doing good. Then they asked me, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing pretty fucking shitty. And they just kept walking.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, you see that? I'm like, people don't care anymore. And it was a bad time, dude. And I stopped coming to the gym for like a month. And everybody was scared, like, oh shit, is he gonna close it down? And I had truly thought about closing it down.
I remember too, and when you mentioned that, I was like, damn, because I feel like everyone looks to you as like a leader and stuff, so it's like they don't see you as someone that's like vulnerable or in need of any type of like I guess emotional support in a way. It's just I mean, even for me too, I see you as just like this fucking, you're all the way up here, like you don't need help with shit, you know what I mean?
Dude, I had a lot of stuff like heavy on me. Like I had just found out that my son was autistic. So
that was a tough one.
And I'm like, I felt guilty, bro. I'm like, dude, like I spend all my time with these people that don't give a shit about me. I'm over here, my son needs me. And I stayed away from the gym for a while, and I remember telling Juan, I'm like, dude, I think this is it. I think the gym has run its course. He's like, what's gonna happen? He's like, dude, I'll back you up. If you want to close it, we'll close it, and we'll just, part ways, sell whatever the hell we're gonna sell, equipment, and that's it. And I remember it was around January. I think I was coming back. I wasn't coming back yet, but Macy and Lexi and Eva were, hey, are you okay? And I explained to them, and they're like, you're not happy. Like, I'm not. And they're like, why? I'm like, I don't know. And then they started telling me, dude, like, we miss you when you would go to the gym. And I was like, wait, these are the people that, I want to be here for them. And they're actually telling me like, hey, we know you're not happy. We see it. Do what makes you happy. And if it wasn't for them, I don't think I would have came back. And I think at that time, people started realizing, oh shit, we're being a little selfish at the gym. Dude, there was people taking shit without paying. There was people that weren't paying their gym fees. And I'm not going to be the one going to track you down. And, you got to fucking pay for the gym fee. Like, no, man, it's kind of like an honor system, right? Yeah. And the mats were fucking dirty. People were fucking leaving trash everywhere, shoes on the mat. They didn't give a fuck. And I was like, why? For what? I'm not getting rich off of this. It's not what I'm doing it. And I think, I don't know if maybe you said something or you guys had a little fucking meeting internal to the gym, and I came back and everybody was like, dude, like, sorry, glad you're here. And, we got right back on and I started steering the gym towards the direction I wanted to go. I stepped away from really being really personal with people in that aspect as me giving too much of myself. I think I give myself enough to everybody individually. Like you don't see me holding pads for anybody anymore, but I do talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Right? I'll make my rounds. I get there, I walk towards you. What's up? Fist bump you. Say hi to everybody. Go in the bag room. I say hi to everybody, and then, I sit there when people come in. I'll ask them questions. How are you? Da-da-da. How are you feeling today? And sometimes people want to talk to me for 20 minutes. Sometimes people want to talk to me for 5. And I like that. If I could unload some stress off of you, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm there for.
And I feel like I don't talk to you as much anymore. Just because it's like, I actually haven't even taken the classes a lot lately, dude.
Yeah, man. I was giving you a hard time about that. But I'm not giving you a hard time to be a dick.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure you got your priorities straight. You always tell me, oh, no, I got to go work for something. I'm all right, cool.
Yeah.
If you're going to go home and just fucking pop open a fucking tall can, then yeah, we got a problem.
Nah. It's just been busy, this, and then work. Doing a lot of work stuff lately. It's just tough, man. Adult now.
Yeah.
Real adult.
Adulting is hard, man, but it's a good thing, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I like the future of the gym where it's going. And I hope everybody's excited for that's gonna come next year.
Can't wait for the move.
We might be doing 2 gyms.
I heard that. Were you the one that told me, or Nick told me? I think Nick might have mentioned how you guys were thinking of opening one in I can't remember where he said, but somewhere else.
I think it was Texas at the time.
Oh, it was Texas? Oh, I thought it was gonna be around here.
Little known fact, at one point I had 1, 2, 3, 4 Spider Muay Thais running at once.
Nice. Wait, was that when I was with you or no? Was that before?
No. I shut them down to really focus on one. So I helped Chris start. That was one of my last ones. I helped Chris start a satellite gym. Because after he.
How about Pena? Chris
Pena?
Pena?
Yeah. Busted his Achilles. He was kind of lost. And I'm like, what do you want to do with your life, man? He's like, I can't fight. I want to coach. I'm like, you really want to do this? Like, yeah, I want to try it out. I'm like, all right. I mean, let me set it up for you. I'll handle it. Like, say nobody gonna want to start a gym called Batallon with one coach and no members, right?
Yeah.
So the thing that I had with me was at a young start, I branded myself, and I branded myself right, like the whole fucking Spider and all that stuff. Like it was done by a professional. I network up the ass. No emails, no nothing. I would go to people. That's how I know a lot of promoters. So I was known in the community, and all I did was I reached out to in the area where he lived. I contacted I think school, and I'm like, hey, this is Coach Franky from Spider Muay Thai. I was wondering if you're interested in starting a Muay Thai program. And I have my fucking shit down. I'm like, this is how much I'm not gonna pay you rent. We're going to split the profit, 60-40. You can charge whatever the fuck you want. Give me 40%. You can keep 60. Okay, great. What time? I don't know. You tell me. Okay, this is cool. I'm going to do a seminar there to get all your members interested. And so me and Julio went, and I told all the gym members to come. So we made it pop, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking eye opener. So everybody's all interested. Like, oh shit. I'm like, all right, by the way, this is Coach Chris. He's going to be running the Lakewood location. Cool. So for the longest time, it was Spider Muay Thai Lakewood. And so that started building, and he got bigger and bigger and bigger. So he branched off on its own. We killed the name Spider Muay Thai, and Mataleon was born.
That's the karate spot the one he was at before he got
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. I went there before, like a few times. I remember I brought my cousin there once too. Yeah, that's really nice of you, Coach.
Yeah, dude. I like helping people, man. Just like Mike too. I help him build his system down. He started off doing boot camps.
Yeah, it was before BMF, or was it?
No, it was still BMF, but it was just boot camps. Like when you get into a business like that, you got to know what your niche is, right? And he started doing boot camps, then he started doing personal training, and then little by little, he had enough time to not financially struggle, but to really set what he wanted. And he came out with this like hybrid of personal training / boot camp. And all he has to do is just look over people.
Yeah.
The business side of it worked out for him perfectly. Just like the same thing with Edgar right now. Edgar was there just doing personals, and I'm like, dude, what's your goal? He's like, I want to open up a gym one day. I'm like, cool, man. He picks my brain. How do I charge people? What system do I use? How do I keep track of the people? How do I charge people? How do I teach a class? Stuff like that. And so that's how Saint City Kickboxing came about. Hey. And he's, I know eventually everybody's got to fly the bird's nest, right?
I thought Saint City was his thing from his other gym. I didn't
No,
realize
man.
it started here.
No, he hit me up. He's like,
That's
what should I
super
call it?
cool.
And so he gave me a couple of names. I'm like, I like this one. Okay, what about the logo? Hey, this logo's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, cool. And yeah, man, everybody starts with an idea. You got to have that motivation.
Yeah.
You know, there's
guidance
a lot. Yeah,
helps
man.
a lot, dude.
And you know, we talk all the time. You know, he came in a little broken, and I had heard from Julio. He's like, hey, you know, Edgar's looking for a gym. He's hurting right now. What do you mean he's hurting? I'm like, oh, man, he's just sad. Man, I fucking reach out to this guy. We had talked before here and there, but nothing formal. I'm like, hey, man, I heard this is what's going on. Like, I really like to just talk to you. And yeah, he came to the fucking gym and we talked for like a fucking hour, fucking let all the emotions out. And I'm like, dude, fucking come here, man. Like, this place is always open for you.
I think Edgar's a great.
He was able to help out his mom. He bought his fucking mom a car, man. Maybe not new. You know, I reached out to him as soon as he fucking said that. I'm like, dude, I'm so fucking proud of you.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about, man. It's like, dude, he fucking thanked me now. I was like, dude, it's like, that's what I like seeing. You know, you're growing, and you know the sky's big for everybody, man. It's like, if I was a fucking snotty ass gym owner, I'd be like, nah, fuck that. You can't do that shit here. You know. Same with Legacy, bro. Fucking Legacy and I met randomly. I don't even know how the fuck he got my number. He just called me, and I was building a tent, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I really like this guy. Just come meet me."
Yeah,
I'm a very fucking in person guy, so I could tell a lot about when I talk to you.
Vibes,
and it's why I fucking talk a lot. And came in. I'm like, oh, who's this fucking gangbanger looking fool coming up here? He was all tatted up.
I thought he was Mexican when I first met him.
Total opposite, bro. Fucking smart man. And you know, the fact that he has you know, his kids and he takes care of them, I'm like, that's what I like, bro.
Single father,
like, you
dude.
got fucking motivation. You're a single father. I'm like, you're a fucking great role model. Let's run it.
Yeah.
Be part of my team.
He's a very like intimate coach too, dude. Like when I first met him, he was like texting me just randomly, just seeing how it was and stuff. I was like,
yeah, him and I have a lot of fucking similarities, man.
Yeah,
and that's what
it reminded me of was you.
Me and him vibe fucking a lot. And dude, I love seeing his program grow. And you know, I told him, I'm like, what do you want out of this, man? And I'm like, you want to open up your own gym? He's like, oop, I just want to fucking roll with you. Oh, here we go then. So it's always gonna be Spider Muay Thai and Legacy Jiu Jitsu, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he just started his podcast too. I'm excited, dude.
Yeah, I think he's we're gonna do one together too. I want to see what it's about.
Yeah, he's got a cool setup, dude. It's cool too because he's into music. So me and him will talk about music and all kinds of stuff, dude. It's just interesting to see the different characters that come into Spider, dude. You know,
you meet great people, man. There's been CIA people that walk through there, like, oh, dude, fucking profession. Like, if I were to tell you who walks through there, you'd be like, no fucking way. Fucking astronauts, fucking dude, cops. Average Joe students.
Yeah. You know? It's cool too because when you're there, it's like we're all equal, you know?
Yeah. Everybody punches everybody in the face.
Game of tag.
Yep.
All right, Frankie, it's been an hour 40, dude. I don't want to keep you from your family, dude. Good, man. Thanks for coming on, dude. I really appreciate it, dude. I feel like we got a little bit tighter off. A little bit
closer. You got to hear some fucking stories.
I know. I know that people from the gym are definitely going to appreciate this because a lot of the shit you said are questions people are always asking about you, dude. Especially about your fighting past, dude.
Yeah. We didn't really touch into that, but that's for next time.
Yeah, that's for next time. I just was letting you roll with whatever you wanted to say, you know? So anyways, thanks for being on, dude. As always, stay cool, stay high, join a fucking gym and get active. Goodbye.